Hello? One Piece. Sometimes you just gotta let it out. This is a video that I've been waiting for perhaps a little bit. I've been working on it. Type of video takes a lot of brain capacity and a lot of reading and a lot of writing. My wrist hurts. No diddy. I'm going to be talking about the top 20 strongest characters in One Piece in my personal opinion. This video is going to make a lot of people mad, so preface it. This is my opinion and it is destined to change. It could change tomorrow. If it does change, I will alert you. I will make another video. However, as of January 29th, this is how it is. I literally was changing people as I was writing the video, which I will talk about. But no more wasting time because I'm going to be doing a lot of yap. First, I'm going to go over the video format so nobody's confused, so we're not over here drawing blanks. I will reveal the bottom 20 through 10 characters. So numbers 20 through 10, I'm going to reveal who they are. And then I'm going to explain my reasoning for putting them there. Then after that, I will go over my top 10 through 1 characters and explain my reason for putting them there. The way I'm going to be power scaling, because obviously I'm power scaling. I'm going to try to withhold agenda, but it does include my own personal opinions on the characters and their strength. The way the characters are portrayed, that's a big one. The way that the author portrays certain characters is obviously going to be stronger than other characters. There are personal feats, obviously, reading comprehension, and logic of the story. This list will not include dead or presumed characters like Saturn or like Law and Kid, because they are presumed dead even though we kind of know they're not dead. No more wasting time. Here's my top 20 through 10. Just let me know how mad you get. Alright, number 20 we have Green Bull. 19 we have Fujitora. 18 we have Crocodile. 17 we have Sabo. 16 we have Zoro. 15 we have Kizaru. 14 we have Garp. 13 Jupiter. 12 Kuzan. 11 Luffy. And 10 Blackbeard. So number 20 Green Bull. I mean, do I really even have to say anything? The dude was confronted by maybe the strongest Yonko miles away. I mean, dude wasn't even at the waterfall yet, and he just started twerking. The guy started twerking. I mean, he's got a nickname for it. The dude is literally Twerk Bull. And then he ran, he sprinted, he went back to his little hiding spot. He's got no feats at all. The only feat I would maybe give him is making an injured king and queen scared. He twerked for hockey, so clearly he doesn't have any. The only reason at all that he's on this list is because he's an admiral, I guess. Because I don't see Sanji beating an admiral right now in the story. I mean, honestly, if I could put Law on the list and break the rule, I would probably put Law over him, but we're just not going to get into that. So 20, I have Green Bull right now, even though I don't rock with him at all. 19, I have Fujitora. Fujitora and Green Bull are probably neck and neck. That's just how they're portrayed, both admirals. Fujitora is one of those characters we never really see, but know will be on Luffy's side at the final war. I mean, his observation hockey is probably next to Shanks level. The dude is literally just the embodiment of observation hockey. The dude can spawn meteors out of the sky. He's definitely top 20 with room to move up, so Admiral fans, don't get worried. I just think out of all the top tiers, Admirals are the below. Like, they're all the way at the bottom. So we got Admirals, Yonkos, Gorosei, stuff like that. Even though my list might not necessarily agree with that. I just need to see more of him. Even his fight against Green Bull wasn't shown, so I don't really have much to judge him on. We haven't seen any advanced hockey used from him yet, so I physically cannot put him above Zoro, who does have advanced hockey feats. I mean, I'm sure he will, but as of this video, he doesn't have any feats high enough to put him above Zoro. Not just hockey, but any feats to put him above Zoro, who blocked Yonko attacks and awakened advanced hockey. 18, Crocodile. Honestly, Crocodile barely made this list. I forgot about him. I originally had him above Zoro, I think. He and Mihawk are Yonko status, most likely. However, I just don't see the vision. Crocodile got cooked by pre-time skip Luffy, and I know everybody says that. Everybody uses that as the excuse, but during pre-time skip, Marineford was probably like a week after that, or whatever the timetable is for that. And then he was blocking attacks from Whitebeard. Like, was he just not taking Luffy seriously? I mean, I honestly just need an explanation from that. But what was his power leap, though? It was probably hockey or an awakening of the Devil Fruit. Crocodile would probably go head-to-head against Kizaru, and that would be an even match, I think. But I think Kizaru over him because he can move faster than light. I've just seen more feats from Kizaru, honestly, which is a nice addition to his strength conversation, by the way, the speed of light. But bro did clash with Whitebeard, like I said. That was pretty cool, and he will be fighting top tiers in the future. So of course he has potential to move up. I don't think Crocodile beats Zoro realistically at this point in the story. Zoro has advanced conquerors. Haven't seen any advanced hockey use from Crocodile at all, even though I'm sure he has it because he's a character portrayal. But Zoro just has too many feats to put Crocodile above him, but I originally did. At 17 I have Sabo. Sabo's an interesting one because although we haven't seen any real hockey feats from him, he is Dragon's number 2, and I think that gives him some kind of leverage in the portrayal of the story. He's the number 2 for a reason. I mean, he joined later than people like Ivankov and Kuma, but is still the number 2. He went head-to-head in Marie Joie against Imu and the 5 Elders. We haven't seen, like I said, any extreme hockey feats out of him yet. I'm sure we will. I mean, dude's gonna be in this story until the very end. But for now, I will rank him below Zoro, who does have advanced hockey feats. Sabo and Zoro are both portrayed to be top 5 to 10 characters in the series, though, for sure. At 16, I have Zoro, finally. I don't know if Fujitora is stronger than Zoro, to be honest. He might not be, but Zoro has proven time and time again that he is a top tier in this world. The only thing that drags him this far down and below Kizaru on this list is Egghead, honestly, because if this video was made after Wano, I would have him probably top 10. Maybe not, but because that's not reality. His recent stall against Lucci has me doubting otherwise. I mean, I'm a big Zoro fan, but was the guy even using advanced conquerors against Lucci? Why was he stalling for so long while Vegapunk was about to die? I mean, does he really think Lucci's gonna make that big of an impact? How long did it take for Luffy to knock him out? Minutes? I mean, the Gorosei rampaging on the island, and this dude Zoro is stalling Lucci. Zoro will probably be top 5 at the end of the series, and the strongest swordsman, of course, but he does have some serious feats that put him above the other people. Like I already said, he blocked a combined Yako attack, which is crazy. Dude is constantly cooking all the time, and no one wants Zoro to be top 1 other than me, so don't get mad at me. He's just not up there with the Gorosei yet. I could see, if you wanted to put him above Kizaru, I could see that, but I do think he takes down people like Fujitora, Crocodile, Sabo, other number 2s. Just don't think he takes down people like Kizaru, the Gorosei, Blackbeard, Luffy. I don't think he's up there yet, but I believe that he will be. Number 15, I have Kizaru. Kizaru is one of the strongest admirals. Kizaru, oh my gosh, I butchered that. Kizaru is the strongest admiral excluding Akainu for sure. He was putting in that big business while handicapped on Egghead. He was putting in business because he became handicapped because he had to kill his friend on Egghead. He snook Luffy food and was kicking this dude around Egghead for a little while until Luffy finally locked in after Kizaru killed Vegapunk. Luffy sent Buddy flying, so that's why Luffy is above Kizaru in my eyes. I haven't seen any real advanced hockey feats. This is going to be a reoccurring factor, although the reason he is above people like Zoro, Crocodile, and Sabo is because he was throwing Luffy around. Even though Luffy still won at the end of the day, he was throwing him around realistically. But after Luffy sent Buddy flying, it put him out of the fight where he didn't rejoin because of the guilt that was in him. And Kizaru obviously has potential to move up as soon as he gets that advanced Conqueror Saki reveal, honestly. And Buddy can literally move at the speed of light, so a nice fight where he's not feeling guilty and he's not holding back would do Kizaru wonders, dude. Wonders. Number 14, I have Garp. Let's be honest. Garp let Kuzan win. I hope nobody's arguing that. Maybe Kuzan was holding back too, but if I don't put him below Kuzan, everybody's gonna say, well, Kuzan defeated Garp. Alright, shut up. I know, I just didn't feel like he deserved to lose, bro. I mean, the guy speed blitzed Nazi Germany, punched bubbles onto islands, and he was going ham, dude. He was punching it. Nazi Germany 1930. 1940. He was punching space bubbles on the island. He was speed blitzing dudes. I mean, if Garp was here, that's just how it would be. Pause. Dude is a monster at the end of the day, but he's just not in his prime. He did end up losing to Kuzan, holding back or not. That's how the story went. That's probably why I have him so low. I do really want another fight out of him, though, so I could put him higher where he's not holding back. I just feel like there's a theme of people holding back. I just want everyone to go all out. Just once, bro. Just once. And it's gonna happen, most likely, but I do want to put him higher. I just can't put him above Kuzan. We know he'll end up helping Luffy in the final war. He's not gonna be rocking with the Marines for that long. At least I hope not. If he starts rocking with Emu, I'm gonna have to teach dude a lesson. No lie. I have to get the business. Jupiter. I don't like Jupiter, to be honest. I mean, really, Jupiter? That's your name, bud? If you can't tell by me putting him at 13 and all the other Gorosei above him, I mean, obviously I don't like the guy. The dude is always looking worried or scared, which is how he's portrayed. He's always got something wrong with him. I just don't know what it is. Like, lock in, dude. This is the end game. Bro is also literally just a worm. and he swallowed Luffy. Like that was his attack, swallowing Luffy. I mean, he got out of it in 2.3 seconds. If Saturn was alive, I would have Jupiter barely above Saturn. And so if you watch my other videos, Saturn is a fraud, complete fraud, and Emu agrees with me clearly. Guy just seems like a fraud as of right now until I see more from him. I am intrigued by his scar though. The reason I have him so high is because of the invincibility factor that the Gorosei have from Emu and the special abilities that they have from Emu. Other than that, that's literally like the only reasons. And character portrayal, which is because he's a Gorosei. Alright, number 12. I have Kuzan, Mr. Iceman, Mr. Put Your Ice in My Pants, no diddy. I don't think any admiral besides Akainu is defeating Luffy in a 1v1. Kuzan has proven to have significant haki and one of the best fruits in the series. He took down Garp, holding back or not. Kuzan most likely has advanced conquerors. I mean, if he's taking down someone with advanced conquerors, I would argue he does have advanced conquerors. He would be a major character going into the final war, and honestly, a fight between Kuzan and Blackbeard would probably do numbers. Like, I have him above somebody like Jupiter, is because I just haven't seen enough from Jupiter. I've seen more from Kuzan, and Kuzan's like on his own little mission. He fought the current fleet admiral who was said to have been able to find the One Piece in 1 year, and he fought him for 3 days. So that's gotta have him high on my list. That was pre-time skip or in the middle of the time skip. Alright, number 11, I have Luffy. So Luffy was a tough one. Luffy is obviously going to be the strongest character in One Piece. He's going to bring liberation to the world after 2 failed attempts, which is crazy. However, at this point in the story, I think we can agree that Luffy has a clear stamina problem. He can get about 10 good swings in before he's tired and needs to eat, before he loses the fight. And I go a little bit more into this in this video, is Gear 5 ruining One Piece, which a lot of people seem it is. I just don't agree with that. I go more into the fact that he's not serious all the time, which you can not really relate to power because he's still crazy powerful. The problem with Luffy's strength is stamina, and this will be a significant problem in the future if it is not fixed, but inevitably he is going to get another power boost. He's the strongest fruit, he has all forms of haki, he's one good power boost, maybe an intelligence boost away from being top 1. Finally, for my number 10 spot, for 20 through 10, is Blackbeard. Blackbeard was another hard one because I really haven't seen much from him post time skip. I mean, he's fighting fodder like Boa Hancock, Kobe, I mean, maybe a little bit of Rayleigh. But at the end of the day, Blackbeard will be Luffy's final pirate battle on Laugh Tale. Blackbeard crew versus Straw Hat crew. At this point in time, though, I'm not sure if Luffy beats Blackbeard, but I'm going to say that he does it because Blackbeard has always been one step ahead of Luffy. He captured Ace before Luffy could arrive. He technically defeated a Yonko, even though he didn't do like anything. He just kind of hit the finishing blow. I'm just saying. He became a Yonko first. Blackbeard has always been ahead of Luffy, and that's just how the story is portrayed. Again, he's portrayed as stronger than Luffy, even if he's not at this particular moment, but I believe that he is until Luffy gets another power boost for sure. I don't think Luffy could negate Blackbeard's darkness fruit, and I don't know how you would negate it. Maybe Conqueror's haki. Quite frankly, Luffy still has that stamina problem that will continue to drag him down until he gets another power boost. I think if the Straw Hat crew jumps Blackbeard, they have a chance. But Blackbeard is not over characters like Akainu or the Gorosei yet, because I don't think his haki is proficient enough to be with those top tiers. I mean, he has a great fruit power, 2 fruit powers, and again, his character is portrayed to be one of the strongest in the series, but when he gets that third fruit and his haki is revealed, I think that Blackbeard will be 1, 2, or 3. Alright, now here is my 9 through 1, and then I will go back and give you my reasons. So number 9, I have Marcus Mars. Number 8, I have Venus, or Ethan, which is me. Me when Ethan pulls up. Get it? Because it's me. Next I have Mihawk. I'm gonna get more into this one. Number 6, I have Warcury. Number 5, I have Akainu. Number 4, I have Shanks. Number 3, I have Garling. Number 2, I have Dragon. And number 1, I have Emu. Let's get into it quickly because I know that was pretty controversial. Alright, so I put Marcus Mars above people like Blackbeard and Luffy because let's be honest, Blackbeard and Luffy both outclass Mars in every way. Probably. However, the indestructible aspect of it really does throw me off. I just don't see how Luffy would be able to beat him. In addition to that, his light beam can hurt Luffy. I put other Gorosei above him because they are definitely portrayed as stronger. Warcury being in the middle constantly, and the other two putting in work on Egghead. Oda continues to introduce stronger and stronger characters as the story progresses. So in Whole Cake Island we fought a Yonko commander. In Wano we fought a Yonko. Egghead we fought the Gorosei. So naturally those opponents are stronger. That's how this story is portrayed. So I do think Marcus is stronger than Luffy. I don't know for how long that's going to stand or for how long my opinion is going to stay like that, but number 8, my boy Ethan. Great name, by the way. I don't know who gave him that name, who thought of that name. I don't know how Oda even knows that name. Maybe he watches this. But I have Ethan above Marcus Mars and the rest of the elders except Warcury. I mean, the guy has some pretty gnarly feats in Egghead, I can't lie. Buddy was cutting stuff in half. I mean, pretend this is Punk Records. It was chopping. Buddy was chopping. Can't lie, Buddy was cooking. He's got insane speed feats. Or maybe Mars just didn't fight as much as Ethan did, but dude was cooking and he was portrayed as one of, if not the strongest people on that island. He's the only one before Garland with a sword. He's got a nice clean samurai fit. He was the only one like that too. So are you telling me that he didn't stand out for a reason? It's the way the character is portrayed, but also his feats coming hand in hand to put him in the top 8, which I'm sure that we will see because he has invincibility. I'm sure he has advanced hockey. He's got a legendary power, which isn't even a devil fruits from Emu. He's probably back in his prime, which I will get into in the top 5. Alright. Number 7, I technically have as Mihawk, but I have it written as question marks because Mihawk really does confuse me and I don't know how to feel about him. So I kind of need help with this one. I didn't really know where to put him, so I put him here, but I could see it changing in either direction. I know what you're thinking, putting him at 7 might be crazy. I'm asking myself the same question. Look, the box says world's strongest swordsman. I know it's probably not true. Who knows if it's true? But I have to take the author at his word. I recognize him and Crocodile as a Yonko, instead of Buggy, obviously. I think he's up there in strength for sure, and he will probably have advanced Conqueror's Haki, and do major work towards the One Piece in feats. I'm concerned that he's going to be beaten by other people that don't have swords. So we have to see with Mihawk. We haven't seen any feats from him. We haven't seen anything from him. This is from pure title. This is literally pure title of him being the strongest swordsman. We have seen nothing from him other than becoming a Yonko and having the strongest swordsman title. That's it. That's it. We need more. So that's why he's question marks, really. So as of January 29th, I have him at 7. Number 6, I got Warcury. I believe Warcury was the strongest Gorosei at Egghead. He has been constantly portrayed as the strongest Gorosei. The guy literally took zero, obviously before Garland. The guy literally took 0 damage about 40 different times. Warcury in Egghead basically reminded me of Captain Man from Henry Danger. The dude was indestructible. He couldn't even get a scratch on him. It made no sense. Major respect to him for that. He's often shown in the middle of the Gorosei. Again, the portrayal, dude. The portrayal. The character placement was on purpose. It was done there by Oda on purpose. It's not just an accident. The Gorosei are one of the main villains of One Piece. Oda probably sketched their first introduction about 100 times, and he's always been in the middle. Not gonna lie, I don't really bang with his power. It's very interesting. It's very weird, but it works for him, so he's got it. Now, this next one, Akainu number 5, was difficult because I didn't know if I should put him above Warcury. Originally, I didn't have him above Warcury, but just because I don't understand the indestructibility doesn't mean Akainu doesn't. You know what I mean? And I originally had him around the 9-ish spot because I couldn't get past that. And I thought about it some more because I'm not really putting them up against each other in a 1v1. It's simply by strength and character portrayal. The Gorosei are portrayed to be above the Marines in the world government. They are the world government, if you know what I'm saying. They are the highest authority that the world knows of. I personally see the Marines as like switch hitters. Like when it comes time to the final war, the Gorosei are 100% sold out for the world government. But once the Marines find out that they're planning on killing everybody and resetting the world, you're telling me that the Marines are going to stay loyal to the world government after that? If you're saying that you are blinded by agenda, straight up. The Marines could even betray the world government. However, the world government has its own secret military and God's Knights and the Gorosei, which are both above the Marines in my eyes. However, Akainu has to be up there in raw strength. Just pure raw strength, pure devil fruit, pure hockey, pure strength. Oda himself said the guy would find the One Piece in 1 year. He's been in the story since the beginning. He's probably going to go up against Dragon or something. He's always had it out for Luffy. The way the character is portrayed is to be stronger and to be in that area in the final war. Maybe they'll even become allies. I don't know how Luffy would feel about that though. I think he's top 5 to 10ish for sure. If you want to move him up below the Gorosei, I would understand that. I wouldn't understand anywhere from 5 to 10 with this guy. Probably not anything above 5 though. At 4, I have Shanks. So I have Shanks as the 4th strongest person in One Piece because I don't believe he's stronger than his pops. I mean, old man strength is a real thing. This is what I was talking about earlier. I follow the theory that when you become an elder, you re-enter your prime and become invincible. So that is something else that I just want to really quick add to War Curie. When you become affiliated as an elder and you come with Imu's power, I believe that you re-enter your prime because you are invincible. You cannot age anymore. So I believe that Garling has recently just got that power. So I cannot put Garling below Shanks as of right now. And Shanks more likely than not has some of the greatest observation haki in the world. And Shanks is the character that Oda has hyped up the most since the first chapter of One Piece. And he's Oda's personal favorite character. I don't know if that's actually true or not. Don't take that as fact. I have him over people like Akainu, Blackbeard, and most of the Gorosei because Shanks offered to fight Akainu and he declined. Akainu most likely didn't know he was a celestial dragon either, so we can't use that as an excuse, which is another reason he's so strong. He comes from that Thigarland family. Akainu can go fight Shanks whenever he wants. We never really see Blackbeard do much or really fight. I mean, Blackbeard runs from fights and he won't fight Shanks unless he absolutely has to. That's just always how it's been, which if they do end up fighting will probably be a close fight, and maybe one day Blackbeard will kill Shanks, but that won't happen, at least until Blackbeard gets his 3rd fruit. And Shanks is just portrayed as one of, if not the strongest characters in One Piece, and we should respect him as such. Not over Imu though. I have Garling as the 3rd strongest character in One Piece, even though he was just recently introduced. Garling is a tricky one. We don't know much about him, but let me lay down some of the facts for you that we do have about him. He's the champion of God Valley, a place where Roger, Rocks, and Garp fought. The champion of that place, he was deemed it. He might have even scarred Whitebeard there. That's speculation. He later became the supreme commander of the God's Knights, the world governments that's been in place for thousands of years probably. Their military force, at least 800 years. Garling was introduced in chapter 1086. Get this. Literally 39 chapters after his introduction. 39 chapters later, he gets promoted to Gorosei, to the 5 eldest, to invincibility and back in your prime, in my opinion. I think the Thigarland family will go down as a top 2 to 3 family in all of One Piece, and I'm excited to see more from him too. Honestly, I could see someone like Garling or Garling himself being Imu's right hand or number 2. I've seen a few people saying that, and a world noble who has lived his whole life as a top tier would definitely bang with a restarting the world with his boy. Also, like I already said, once you become an elder, you re-enter your prime. And alright, this one's gonna be debatable. Number 2, the 2nd strongest character I have in One Piece is Dragon. And I know. So much throughout earlier parts of the video I was saying I haven't seen any hockey feats. I haven't seen any hockey feats from this character. And if I haven't seen any hockey feats from anyone, it's Dragon, dude. But I do have him at the number 2 spot for numerous reasons. As of 1138, we haven't even seen the dude fight yet. We've seen every character fight except a few. Garling, we haven't seen fight. Dragon, we haven't seen fight. And Imu, my top 3. And I think that's exactly for a reason. Like I said, character portrayal. All big names, and yet Oda is still saving them for something specifically. I put him above Garling because I originally thought that he would be taking down God's Knights and Garling along with that. But since Garling got promoted to Gorosei, it changed my mind a little bit until I thought about it more. Would Oda really make the Thigarlands stronger than the Monkey D's? Because that doesn't make sense if you think about it in a character portrayal way, in a family portrayal way, I guess. I just don't think so. I don't think that the Thigarland family in general will be stronger than any Monkey D. Maybe they are right now, but I don't think they will be. Like, I have Shanks, Garling. I didn't put Shamrock on this list because nobody has seen anything from him yet, and some people probably don't even know he exists yet. But as of right now, the only Monkey D that is stronger than them is Dragon. So I believe that Dragon will show the true Monkey D strength like Prime Garp, but not as strong as Prime Luffy. He'll probably be stronger than Prime Garp, but not as strong as Prime Luffy, if that makes sense. He will probably help Luffy get to that point to defeat the world government, but at the end of the day, it's just how the story is portrayed. Dragon can't be weaker than Akainu because he is a marine. Akainu probably won't even be affiliate with the world government once he realizes they're trying to destroy the world. And it'll probably come down to a fight between the Monkey D's and the Fagarlians at a certain point. And we know who wins that, baby. Stop playing. So Dragon is my number 2 strongest, even though we haven't seen literally anything from him yet. I think that we haven't seen him fight for a very specific reason. And I'm buying them Dragon stocks, baby. This is pure agenda. Number 1. Last but not least, I have Emu, the strongest character in One Piece. Emu, introduced very late into the story. Not as late as Garling, though, I'll tell you that. But he was introduced later, but he's obviously the final villain. There's a big gap between Emu and anybody else. There's a big gap between number 1 and number 2. I don't think Dragon is close to Emu at all. I think there's a huge gap between everybody. He is the clear endgame final villain. The guy is probably like 2,000 years old. Realistically, he's been fighting generations of warriors like Joy Boy, Nika, Ryuma maybe, and he's gonna spin back and do it again for a 3rd time. He is basically the false god of this world, and if you've seen anything about 1138, you know what's up, dude. And by the way, I had him at 1 before those spoilers came out, let it just be known. But that's it, that's all I have. Simple enough, right? Top 20 characters. I'm sure I pissed a few people off. Wow, I've been recording for 41 minutes, dude. Like I said, this video will probably alter and change many times. You'll probably see many versions of this. Not versions of this video. I'll probably do top 30s as more stuff is revealed to us, more hockey, more feats, more fights come towards us. Let me know what you think, your opinions, especially on someone like Mihawk. Let me know what you think about that, and see you later.